Good morning. Let's see if this works. I think I'm getting better at it. Just gonna check it out real quick. I think I'm getting better at it. Yep. Yeah, I went to log on and it did an update and I was like, of course there's another update. Alright, so good morning. This is Anne. I'm just an okay healer. I figured today, instead of trying to do another mount run, I was gonna try some mythic. Probably like one or two. I do have some video of when my guild was doing a raid. So I've been trying to figure out how I want to go about that. Good morning. She just wants us to know she's here. So I'm going to switch my stuff over to do a mythic. Oh, I like germination better than photosynthesis. People can shit on me for that, but okay. I'm just gonna collect some of these guys and I'll do them later. I'll switch back over to balance. Make it easier on myself as I'm running around doing this. I can, for the most part, do stuff on my own, but I know some people need some help, so I'll throw out groups every now and then. Because I know I always appreciate when I'm trying to get something done and somebody throws a group out and you're like, thank God, at least there's someone else out there. I don't think I have... I have these shards. I need to look into them to see which one is better and which ones to start using. I did finally get like one piece of equipment. I was like, oh, thank you. Sorry, gear. One piece. I have had absolutely crap luck this entire Shadowlands expansion. When it comes to mounts, gear, you name it, they're like, no, we're not, no. I never get any of these quests done. I always fail, but you know, I like to still try every now and then. Maybe someone who's better at positioning can tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'll try that out. Let's see how bad it goes. I always put my archers in the backpack. Meatball is one of my favorites. I want to get him up. I think I have enough to be able to do this. I try to do as many as possible because I want everyone a high level. As high as I can get them. Okay. I did take some time off this week. I wasn't as active as I usually try to be. But I was like, I need to spend some time this weekend getting some stuff done. I have 2 mounts I'm trying to get, but I need to get my rep up with Hellscream's Reach. So I'm getting closer. And I don't know if you can see them, but here we go. I need to get 200, I think it is, for the first mount, and 150 for the second. I have a ways to go, and I was doing really good. I would get on every day, and you get like 6 to 7, depending on how many quests they have up for that day. And then, like I said, I took a break this week. We're about to hit week 33 of me being pregnant, so I'm tired all the time. It really stinks, and it's to the point where I've had to kind of warn my guild that raiding might be put on pause for me, depending on how it's like. Alright, let's see what we have today. Let's see if anyone will take me. Let's see. Because I have no mythic rating, so they might not take me, and I might have to do my own. Let's just say +1. Everybody wants your rating. What if you don't have one yet? I don't want a 12. I might just have to do a 0. Ugh, Plaguefall. I hate Plaguefall. People never pay attention to the tentacles. Halls of Atonement. Let's sign up for you. And let's see. Oh, cool. Alright. Halls of Atonement. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what key we can get. I forget exactly. Right up here. Ah, is that Raven dress? Good morning. Yep. It is nice that you can fly now. Let's go to Darkhaven. And here we go. So I used to be able to do 12 pluses for Battle for Azeroth. Like I said, I got really burnt out because, you know, we would raid 2 nights a week, and then we did keys, I think, another 2 nights a week. Just because we were just trying to get as high a gear level as we could. And I thought I was doing really well. I kept being picked for, our key team, and we were keying. We were getting like plus twos and threes on the key itself, so like 3 people would get gear, which was awesome. And then I got really burnt out, so then I took a break, and then when I came back, I feel like I just became the crappiest healer ever. So then I like refused to do any Mythic Pluses just because I was so kind of down about it. I was like, I don't know what my issue is, but I'm not doing well. And I understand it's not always me. Um, there's only so much you can heal when people are standing and stuff, or if they're not doing mechanics right. Like there was an issue with bloodworms for a little bit that people were not taking them out and then they would just kill people. But, you know, I won't say who, but someone kind of made a comment. They're like, well, like another healer was able to heal us through this sort of thing. Whether or not it was true or not, I don't know, but it stung a little bit, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm just not going to do anything at all. But I think I need to kind of just get over myself and keep practicing and get back into it. Mhm. There's my innervate. Oh, that's nice of them. Let's see if they need help with anybody else. Nope. Let's eat some food. Yep. Yep. Well, let's see how we can, how well we do with this group. Haven't done Halls of Atonement in a while. I try to go prowl whenever I can because I have this unhealthy um, obsession with pulling everything. Like I'll go to stand back and somehow there's like a whole pack behind us and I pull the whole thing and I just tick everybody off. It's not my fault. I like to try to say, but our friends are like, ah, that's some bull. But I hope everyone's weekend is going well and everyone is having a lot better luck than me with drops. I am awful. Unless it's something that you can grind and get, I've been having shit luck. I didn't think it was going to be like as bad as it is, but it's sad. You'll hear people They're like, yeah, I did on my first try and I got blah blah blah, and you're like, that's great. I'm I would like kill 524 and still nothing, so maybe one day. Especially in Raid. Raid has not been kind to me at all. Um, I think I got 2 shards, which may be better than what other people have been getting, so maybe I shouldn't complain. Someone always has it worse. I know there's a lot of people having issues with there's mushrooms in Korthia, and at least on my server, people have not been getting it. Like they've been farming weeks, and I think they got like maybe one if they're lucky. And I think it's the same thing as the eggs. You need 10, and then you can fight um, to get the chance of getting a mount. And it's just not been in the cards for a lot of people. Which really stinks. Because I think when people were doing the test server, it was only 6. And people were going in to go, oh, we can do 6. And then, it goes live. And you're like, no, that's, you need a lot more than that. And then to not even get a good drop from them, I can see how people would get really frustrated about the whole thing. I don't know why Blizzard thinks that all people love to grind, because that is definitely not the case. Um, Especially when it comes to doing alts. You're like, no, I don't want to have to do 2 different sets of Maw runs and Torghast runs and all this stuff. I still need to do Torghast. It's been, I think, almost 2 weeks. And I'm irritated because I seem to not be able to do it on my own. Like, I can get through almost the whole thing except the very last boss. And I know it might be that I'm just not getting good enough anima powers, and that's just part of the crapshoot of it. But I hate having to rely on other people to get stuff done, so. And all my buddies that would do Torghast with me are taking another break from WoW, so I'm gonna have to probably put out maybe a group or something. See, there you go. I just pulled all these dudes. Because I'm an idiot. But maybe someone will get a BO from it, so maybe there's some good that comes out of it. No such luck. Oh well. At least we killed off packs. I think that's still a thing. This is the first one of the season that I'm doing, so I won't lie. I haven't been paying attention to the new mechanics that, or the new rules that you have to go by for the mythics. Oh, I can't get in. I think I'm gonna die. Ah! Oh my god, I keep getting feared. And I can't get in the circle. That's gonna be bad. Okay. Can I maybe one day come out of it? No? Okay. So, there we go. I'm just screwed. Can I even nature kill myself? No. Is it bugged now? That's on me, I guess. I thought I was fully in the circle, but maybe I have eye issues now. Okay, maybe he'll finally come over and murder me so I can get out of this stupid fear. Maybe? No? Okay. That's so stupid. You can't, like, is he gonna reset or just murder me so that I can just. Can we start this over? Oh, am I in the fucking circle now? Oh, thank you. Let me just die. Or he can reset. That works. Oh, that's awful. Let's try this again and not be feared for the rest of my life. So I got everybody killed. I feel so bad. I'm going to guess you need to stay in the little pinwheel thing. No. I don't want to be out of the circle. It wasn't too awful. I'll have to remember that. Oh, cool. They got a memory. Okay. Guess we're just gonna grab all these guys. Guess it's a good thing I'm doing a 0 so I can remember some of these mechanics. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done Halls of Atonement. Why, hello. I don't know what's killing him. Let's go stealth mode. Okay. Let's try not to pull any other mobs on purpose. And let the tank do their job if they want to pull something else. I felt so bad one time we were doing a key, and it was like one of the first times I was doing a key. And again, all I did was take like a step back while a pack was coming off on the right, pulled the whole thing, and wiped everybody. And I was like, I am so sorry. I think we still keyed it, so there's that. Oh no, don't die. Pew. The other thing that makes me feel better is when I was running keys with my guild, there was other people that would mess up, and you're like, whew, at least I'm not the only one. And that was the one thing that I enjoyed um, running these dungeons with them, was that they don't get mad at you for messing up, because somebody else is going to mess up eventually, which is nice. So you don't feel like the only one left out, and you're like, I am the only loser in this group that's messing things up for everybody. It did stink. We were doing one dungeon, and I think it was Ascension, and it bugged out 3 times. We were gonna key it, but because it bugged out, we couldn't shoot the harpoon it was, so the boss wouldn't come down. Unfortunately, no one was too angry about it. They're like, there's nothing you can do at that moment. If it bugs, it bugs. Add some stuff to him. There's a lot of blood on the floor. There we go. Ah, got some legs. see. Haste and mastery. God, this... I messed up. uh, oh, they all died. I look away for like a second. No. They're gonna come after me. That's what I get for, leave me alone. There's no way around. Maybe if I just kite them. I'll just keep you alive until everybody comes back. Okay. London. Okay. I can't trade with you. Why can't I not trade with you? Where are you? Sure. Uh, uh, mm, I don't know why it won't let me trade. It says it's tradable. Unless it's because they went into combat. But I thought they weren't in combat when I was checking it. Ah, here we go. Trade. There we go. That's what I mean. I like when you're with people that are willing to help. Because I know how it feels when you've been waiting for something. And people just don't want to give up. Get behind the jar. Okay. Let's pay attention to mechanics. Maybe that's what they're talking about. It's probably what they were talking about with the ghosts. Whoa. There we go. There's no more lamps. thank you for the 6 gold. Much appreciated. Okay. This thing is on me. I know when I first started doing Mythics, I feel like I was kind of told wrong information. You know, I was told you got to keep everybody topped off completely. And you're like, okay. And then that was it. And then I was with one group who started yelling at me. They're like, you need to be doing damage. And I was like, why am I doing damage? I'm a healer. And then that's when I started watching different videos of far better healers than me. And I was seeing a lot of them, you know, they'll go into cat form to do their damage and attacks and stuff for the most part, where they do just a little bit of healing and then they just do a whole heap of damage and then they just keep going back and forth. And I was like, wow. And then on top of that, they were not topping everybody off. They're like, no. You just want to keep them alive to a point and then just get them down on damage. And that's it. And I was sitting there like, I feel like my mind is blown. Now, other people might have different game plans for their teams. But, you know, I'm trying to watch, what would you call, some of the top healers, at least ones that are streaming to show, you know, from their talents to how they do stuff to how their teams work. Oh. You have to soak the lines. Okay. Sorry, I don't have another battle res. Okay, so it's kind of like that other guy. Got it. He's almost dead. It's good to know, though. Ah, messed that up. All right. Okay. Let me just chop some of you guys off, and we're just going to leave the party. Not too bad. Pretty nice people. Let's go back to Korthia. I don't think I did too awful with healing them. Again, it seemed like some of the dust came from not knowing the mechanics of the fight. But that is another reason why I wanted to do zeros, is I know stuff has changed. I haven't done them I'm gonna have to go back and do some research so that I am not a complete stain on society for not knowing my fights. Do I plan on doing 12s and such again? I won't lie, probably not. I think by the time I get back into it to a point, Tiny One is gonna come out into this world, and then I'll be taking a break, probably um, not fully. Like I'll probably do some dailies or stuff while Tiny is sleeping. And I say Tiny because my husband knows the gender of our baby, but I want to keep it a surprise until they come out. So we've been saying he, she, he, it, Tiny, all bunch of different names to just throw me off the trail. That way, if he accidentally says what they are, I won't know about it because we just keep changing it up. So what key do we have? Necrotic Wake. Tyrannical. I know everybody hates Tyrannical, so I don't know if that's worth it. And I'm curious. So you have to do a key to get your rating. That's good to know. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, that's pretty nice. Let's see. I think I might have time to do one more Zira. I don't know if I'll be able to get this key. People hate Necrotic Wake. Let's see. And it kind of stinks. It used to be nice. I could get into 10 pluses, no issue, and be confident in my ability to do it. Should we do Theater of Pain? It's better than Mists. Let's see if they'll want me. Actually, Necrotic Wake. I think I keep messing up with Plaguefall. I think Plaguefall is the one that everybody hates the most. Alright. Theater of Pain, eh? At least I can get 2 into this stream. I've been only doing about hour or so increments because I have been getting so tired so quick. I know some people have an amazing pregnancy. They have all the energy in the world. They're glowing. They're working out. They're eating amazing, all this stuff. I'm eating healthy and working out, but I'm tired all the time. And I feel bad because I can't do mythics with my guild because they like to do them Monday nights. But then we have raid Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm like 3 days in a row where you're staying up really late. At least for me, it's staying up late. I'm like, it's a bit too much. I can't do it. My body's just like, no, nope. But I figured I would get some practice in. I am at 219, so that's not too shabby. I do want to get a better trinket. I literally got this trinket on purpose just to get past, I think it was like up to 215 at that time. Obviously, it's not like the best one to have as a healer. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I gotta take what I can get at the moment. It goes back to the nothing is dropping for me that I need, that's important. And it stinks because it looks like a lot of the gear that's dropping in the raid has versatility. And I'm like, no, I need haste and mastery. I don't want versatility. I'm not doing PvP. As a healer, at least. I've been enjoying doing PvP as my balance. Okay. Let's see how we do. Looks like everyone's just waiting. I think we just need a tank. Yep. Yeah. I'm so happy I can fly. Especially in Ravendreth, it's like you want to flip everything off because you're like, I get so tired of having to maneuver around that place. I'm not saying it's hard, but it was just very irritating sometimes because your stuff would be like high up and you're like, you got to go like all the way around to the one area to get up to the top, and now you're just like, I can fly. Hopefully we can get a tank soon. I'm gonna use my Ivory Cloud Serpent. I was so proud to be able to get this guy. There was like one day I was like, you know what, let me check out some rare mounts and see what I can get. And I got so lucky because the invasion was going on as I was reading it to get the Halo, I'm sorry, lasso, because you need the special lasso that you can only get from the drops. Let's see. Yeah, from the different NPCs over here. I think it's the Mogu. And you have to keep killing them till you get this stupid lasso. And then, what was it? Not you. I believe it was like over here is where he spawns and then he flies, but you can't catch up to him once he goes. So you either have to nab him as soon as he comes up, or I watched this one guy and he's like, well, hang out up here, have a macro, and then as he swings around, you can nab him. So I tried the first one first, and I won't lie. I think it was like a 4 to 6 hour respawn for him. Don't quote me. I would have to double check it, but it's a pretty decent respawn time. And of course, it's like the one time you like look down and you look back up and he spawned and he's already off and out the door, and you're like, I spent all this time. He freaking spawned while I wasn't looking. Oh, we have a tank. Awesome. Let's help him out. And there was like 3 other people trying to get this mount too, so I was like, ooh, it's not looking good for me to be able to get this. But they were chasing him, and I was like, you're never gonna, like, in my mind, because, you know, you're trying to get it too, or at least set yourself up, so I don't have time to be trying to whisper to everybody, go, you're not gonna catch him doing that. You're gonna have to plant yourself somewhere to get him. So I went up on the roof, and I was really sad because I didn't see them again, and I was like, oh, probably someone got him. I'm gonna have to wait for it to respawn. And then off in the distance, I saw this like little speck, and it had the yellow name tag or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, is that him? Macroed it, got him. I was very happy. All right. And I feel bad. I never finished my story for my last stream when I was saying that we have this uncanny luck with pets, because I was talking about how we wished for a black pug and we got our black pug. The second part of the story is, for whatever reason, my husband wanted a cat. And the way I grew up, we have really close family friends, and they only ever owned a Siamese cat. So I was like obsessed with with Siamese cats. That's all I wanted. Pugs and Siamese. And again, we're in the middle of the desert. Hopefully he changes it to Mythic so we can do Mythic. So we were talking about it, and I told my husband, I was like, well, if we're to get a cat, I want a Siamese. And it doesn't matter if they're short hair or long hair. Um, if they're, I forget if it's black. I know there's a silver point Siamese. There's a couple different variations you can get. So he was like, well, we're going out anyway, so we can just kind of check it out. So we're like, okay. So we went to, I think it was like PetSmart, because at least the one near us, they get together with a lot of local shelters for adoptions. And there was no Siamese. So I was like, I'm a jerk. I was like, I'm not really looking at any of the others. And he was like, well, let's go get lunch and then check it out again when we come back. I don't know why he thought this, but I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. After lunch, we came back and there was a silver pointed Siamese. And I was looking at him and I was like, what? What is this? And they're like, he literally just came in. Someone found him at an abandoned hotel. It was just, it flabbergasted me. And we took him. And you actually saw him earlier. Babu likes to pop up all the time to check out what I'm doing. He's a total love bug. He always wants cuddles and he gets very clingy very fast. He needs loves, okay? He is very talkative in the morning. He does warble at night at times too. But very much in the morning he's talkative. Miki, our other cat, she is a lot more talkative. And I feel like it's just she wants everyone to know that she's there. She's like, hey, I want you to pay attention to me, okay? And you're like, listen, I hear you. You don't need to be yelling at me at like 4:30 in the morning. I got it. And she's so weird. Miggy just wants you to like stare at her and she'll start purring. You can hear her from the other side of the room. That's how loud she is. Babu will purr all the time, but he's not like as loud. He does like a softer one. So that was just like a part of our crazy animal stories. Like we get once we got Babu, we're like, okay, we need to be more careful of what we're wishing with animals because we're just gonna have a farm at this point. And again, we were both active duty, so you can only have a certain amount of pets. You can't just have whoever you want. And again, that's how we got Jack, was because there was a family that had way too many pets, and housing found out and told them, yeah, you need to get rid of one, basically. And fortunately, the woman remembered of how much we loved pugs and called us. I have a 226. And that's how we got Jack. And he's still with us. He's an old man pug now. He's over 12 years old. Well, at least I can help other people out today with getting some gear. Let's see if I can find you. I can't trade with you right now. My two, there we go. Yeah, I don't care. Boom. Okay. And I know this is helpful for those that don't raid can't raid. So that's good. At least other people get. I know I need to do higher keys. Some of my gear is too high. So I won't say I'm like completely unlucky in raid since I have gotten this far. But you know, there's plenty of my guildmates that are blowing me out of the water. I think they're almost 230. Some are over 230, I think. I'll have to double check. I think I'm the lowest eye level in the guild. But again, a lot of them are doing 15 pluses. So I'm a little jealous that they have the time. Again, I don't really have time. I have limited time. I try to save my energy for, say, raid. And then that's going to be it for about the week of doing I'd say more intense parts of WoW. We did finally get down who was going to be dispelling people for one of the bosses in the raid. Because there's one where two people will have to get dispelled. And at our first couple of tries we were doing it, we'd have one person go to like one side of the platform, dispel so that we all get thrown back in the middle. And then the other person would go to the other side and then throw us back in the middle. It worked a little bit, but I felt bad. There was two people that had a really close name, and I thought I hit the right person and I didn't, so we got double dispelled and just threw half of the raid off, and I felt really bad. I was like, I am so sorry. I thought I got the right person. But again, the guild that I'm in, I appreciate because they're not the types where if you make a mistake, you're you're thrown out of there right quick. Because there's plenty of other people that have messed up, so you don't feel as bad when you make a mistake. It's more of a like, my bad, let me be better next time sort of thing, and not the like where you see people are just raging at you. Especially when you're learning, because I think that was the first couple pulls we were doing on that boss for the first time. And then we kind of changed it up where instead of forcing everybody to go on either side of the platform, we just were doing a circle. So one person would get dispelled, we'd get thrown in, then we'd run back and then get dispelled. And that worked a lot better. And then again, we had, you know, a system of who is going to dispel so that we didn't have that issue of someone accidentally getting the wrong person, and then they would call out who would get the first dispel. Usually it was whoever got to the edge first would call out like I'm here, and that way it's easier. Gold. I know with being a female gamer, um, a lot of people have been paying attention to the lawsuits that have been going on with Blizzard. To me, I'm not surprised in the least about it. I mean, it's like anything these days. I feel like with females coming more and more into areas that are a lot more male dominated. It reminds me of being active duty. You're gonna have really good people that don't care that you're a female, as long as you pull your weight and you do your job. And then you have other people that are just jerks. To me, I've always told people it's the ones that are always crying about stuff like that that are trying to compensate for something. Or else you wouldn't be that threatened that a female is doing well in an area. That's the only thing that I can think of. And I feel like that's with anything is when people feel threatened to a certain degree, they get really mean and nasty about it and just start spewing such hatred and awfulness. Um, and the only thing you can do is just keep winning by kicking their butt, being better. Um, Not to say that anybody deserves to be in an awful environment like that. Everyone should be treated with respect. It shouldn't matter who you are, what your background is, what your gender is, any of that. But unfortunately, this is the real world, and the only thing that I can tell people is make your own company. Because it might be too difficult. You might not be able to move up in the ranks. And I know that was part of, some of the issues was people weren't getting promoted because they were female. You're like, no, we can't have a female in charge because, females aren't real gamers. I hear that all the time. When I first joined my guild, I refused to like talk to people because I was like, the minute they hear I'm a female, it's going to turn into a shit show. Unfortunately, it wasn't because, they have plenty of females, so I didn't have to deal with any of that. But there's people that are not so lucky, you know. They have to deal with harassment and stuff like that. Again, I had, for a while, a lot of good friends that would play, so I would only play with them so that I wouldn't have to deal with it. And again, not everyone is so lucky, and they have to deal with it in order to, get stuff done, to play the game. And you hear the most stupidest things sometimes. And again, I try to tell people, I was like, I tend to ignore it because usually it's just people being trolls. Rarely have I personally met people that actually thought the way that, you hear about on the internet. Not saying they're not out there. I'm sure that they are. But I feel like for the most part, you're dealing with a troll. Same thing with active duty. I rarely had to deal with people saying like the typical thing like, oh, females can't really serve or um, stuff of that nature. I think that was like the top one that I got to hear a lot was like, you didn't really serve because you didn't do X, Y, and Z. And you're like, well, there's plenty of males that haven't done X, Y, and Z, so does that mean that they haven't served either? And then, of course, people like to bring up the whole draft thing. And you're like, listen, it's not my fault that I don't, I'm not forced to sign up for it. I know I think there's a new legislation to have females sign up for it. And I've had people ask me about it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with that. That literally is part of our job, and if people want to be equal, I thought I was out of the way. Um, that is one of the things that we will have to do. And to me, it goes back to that I have met many females that could destroy everybody. So to me, it goes back to that as long as you can do the job. Ooh, that was a bad one. I'm not gonna try to prevent anybody from being able to move forward up in rank. Other people can disagree with me all they want, but I mean, to me, it doesn't matter again what your background is. If you can do the job to the standard that is set, where you're not lowering standards and you can excel at it, I don't see what the issue is. And that goes for anything in life. I hate that girl gamers have a horrible rep. I have met a couple that are amazing. But because they're female, they kind of get shit on a lot. I don't understand it. And again, to me, it just goes back to the jealousy thing. There, or somebody had a bad history with that type of gamer, so now they have a stereotype of like, oh, you're one of those. Like I kind of had that issue with some friends back in Halo 3 era. You couldn't be too good or else, it made people really mad at you. And yeah, I used to play Halo 3. I loved Halo 3. That was back when you didn't have as many like 12-year-olds screaming at you in the microphone. If people remember that, like you actually got to talk to people. And I felt like I made like really good friends. We did so many achievements together. And we were all over the country and all over the world. And we'd have our set times, get on, and we would either do achievements together, we would do SWAT together. I hated SWAT. I felt like it made me so paranoid. Even though we kick butt, but, it made me very paranoid. I had a really good friend of mine. We did doubles a lot together. We got level 50. And then it came out of the woodwork. They're like, oh no, a female is a level 50. There's no way that they could do that. You're like, yes, we can. I feel like there's plenty of people out there. It doesn't matter what your background is. If you are working hard and you're decent at the game, like you can get it too. Get out of here with that. So to kind of prove myself, I went and I did what was it called? Lone Wolf? Yeah, I think it was Lone Wolf. And got level 50 on Lone Wolf. And somehow that was like the badge. They're like, "Oh, okay. You are correct." Did he die? Did he leave? Yeah, okay. Oh, maybe it's because he has the thing. Maybe he got disconnected. We lost somebody. I guess we're just gonna keep going, eh? Okay. Sure. Don't be that person to get thrown off the ledge with this guy. Yeah. absolutely loved Halo 3. I was so sad when it went away. I I think I'm in the minority. I enjoyed Halo Reach, and I enjoyed ODST. It reminded me a lot of Gears of War when you had the waves coming at you. I enjoyed those. I think this is going to be another issue. And we're down a... Oh, fuck. No! I thought I was out of the way. No! Uh, I'm so bad at figuring out where to go, what to get back. Let me just wait for him. Oh, no. Maybe I have to go this way. I think we go this way. No. Oh, yep. Thank God for Prowl. Can I get past you? Thank you. Okay. He might be waiting for me to come back so I can just revive him. I should really go find an extra dude. And of course, I'm a completionist, so all the Halos, I got every single achievement. And it really stunk because I think there was a couple of levels that they stopped doing. And you couldn't get the achievements anymore. And I hate that. I'm like, no, don't make an achievement and then not ever have the map again. That makes no sense. It'd be one thing if like they opened it and you could like do it offline or something like that and still be able to get the achievement. But they didn't. So like it was 2 maps I think it was. So once it was gone, it was gone. I think this is the last spot. No, we got him and then another. I think we'll be fine without a DPS, so we'll see how this goes. Yes, I like doing my tree. It makes it easier to find myself while I'm doing fights and stuff. It makes it easier for other people to find me because everyone else hates the tree. I don't know why. He reminds me of Ent. Oh, that's why I like it so much. And I think part of the reason why I enjoyed being a healer because I had that that option. When my friend showed me, I was like, I want that. And it was more because one of our friends tanked a lot. So we're like, hey, if we have a healer and a tank, it'll be a lot easier. To get into stuff. And it was true. We didn't have to wait that long to get into keys and stuff like that back when we were pugging. But again, when we joined the guild, we didn't have to do that anymore. Which was nice. I'm so used to having renewal that I'm always looking for it. As you can see, I'm still kind of rusty on it. All right. Last one for the morning. I think after this, I'm gonna take a little break. Dogs need to go outside. I need to eat breakfast. I am very hungry. And I'm probably going to play a little bit of Fall Guys because it's always nice to have a game where you don't really have to think about too much. And I'm really close to getting the llama head for those that are playing the new season. I was so close. I got the bottoms, now I just need the top, and I want it. A friend of mine, we have an inside joke about llamas and how much we love them. And it also goes back to Disney's Cusco. If anyone ever saw Emperor's New Groove. So yeah, I want the llama. If anyone says it's alpaca, I'm like, fine, alpaca. It's still up there. I don't know if I just got some good groups this morning or if they're not too awful. Oop. I know they'll be a lot more difficult on the higher keys. I still think I got lucky with some pretty decent groups this morning. At least understanding. And I wasn't the only one that has died. So I don't feel too bad about messing up. Whew, a little close. Not bad for being a man down too. My feet is also 213, so. This has haste. I might use that. Leave me alone. My shoes. I think I'm going to turn them and have some haste. I need some more haste. I know for mythics you want more mastery than haste, but you know, I'm trying to be better at raiding, so I would like some more haste. Okay, so it's almost 8:30. Um, I figured I'm gonna start showing more healing during the live streams. I do again have footage of uh, raiding. I just have to sit down and do some voiceover stuff, and then I'm gonna upload some videos on that. I also need to download the one add-on to show what spells I've been doing, because I know a lot of people want to see that. It's easier to see. That's what I've been doing when I'm watching different videos of what people have been doing and what they're hitting. And then I'm gonna grab breakfast. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend and a great rest of their week. And